Hello, distinguished professors. This is my video essay. My first name is Kewen and my last name is Zheng. I'm applying for the TESOL program of your MA degree. And no, I have never studied in any English-speaking country before. Part 2. For this really tricky situation, I'll have to find ways to solve this. So to handle this, and since it is an important paper, final paper for both of us, I think I should take some of the responsibilities. And because my partner is really busy, so I may take most of the work. But before everything started, I have to talk to my partner, discuss with him about what is the main topic, the main focus of our paper, and how to divide our works. Maybe I could offer him like I write the outlines or organize the articles, and he could just find some helpful, useful materials or just write some small paragraphs, which is more easy and not that time consuming for him. And after I start to write this article, I have to carefully arrange my time, because I also very busy during the final time and I won't let it influence my other works. So that's what I have to do, and after everything finished, I think we should take some time to discuss about the problems and we met and all the things we've learned from this project. Because it is our paper, I think we should both learn from it, and it is the most effective way for us to learn from it. And then part 3. From this essay, first question from this essay, I mainly learned the integrated language and content instructions from the scholar, the Sherry's, yes. And this is really interesting because she proposed to combine both language and content in a teaching process for a second language learner. And she proposed 4 principles, focus on the outcomes of the teaching process, and also the interaction between students and teachers, and also the 4 skills like reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Yes, it's important for every language learning process. And then finally, the review and the assessment is also important. Yes, and the second questions, I'd like to share one of my language teaching context of my TOEFL class. Yes. But before I started, I like to think that it's quite different from what the author proposed in the article, because she focused, I think, mainly on the content, but my focus is on the acquisition of language skills. So it's a little bit different. And so I like to list some advantages and disadvantages of it. Firstly, the advantages. For some of my grammar class, my vocabulary class, and chunk class, they have to remember lots of things, so students will get bored and they will wander off topic and stop listening to you. So at that time, if you input some interesting content or material in it, they will become interested and start discuss about it. So the content input in here got a main focus for the students, and they will have this motivation to interact with each other. So this emphasizes the interactions. And the second advantage is that the content like cultures or scientific knowledge will broaden their views, and the student will no longer be confined in that pure language learning environment. They will have more things to learn. It will be more interesting, and will have a more chance to practice that 4 practical skills: listening, writing, speaking, and reading. Yes. And for the disadvantage, there are also some disadvantages for it. Firstly, if the material is too interesting, the students will keep heatedly discussing about the content rather than the language skills they have to learn. So maybe they were even discussed in their native language. This happens all the time. So the material couldn't be that interesting, yes. And this may badly affect the effective interaction and discussions of my language class. And secondly, about about the material, if it is too professional, like some of the TOEFL reading tests, I'll have to spend lots of time explaining to them about those like terms, difficult terms, and I think it's not necessary. Yes. So that's the two disadvantage for it. And I think that's what I think about this essay. So it's important to choose appropriate materials and content input for that. Thank you.